All right. Well, we caught it just in time. We got here, and there it is. And the train showed up right when I was getting ready to step on the track. So that's cool. There's Marley. Hey, Marley. She's always so happy. So, man, y'all would not believe what has happened here. So notice I'm kind of bundled up. It's about, I don't know, probably like 35, 40 degrees right now. The last 2 or 3 days, since my last walk, man, it was like, so noon, we had all the way up to noon today, and I'll post an article. So there you go, there's some icicles. But see that tree right there? It's all like weighted down with ice because it like rained all night. It was like 25 degrees. I forgot to cover my pipes. Man, we never have to cover our pipes. I forgot. Hopefully they're okay. I think they'll be okay. But here, look at this. I needed some mushrooms. Okay, so Marley, you want in, baby? Marley, you want inside? Is it too cold out there for you? Let's see. She wants in. Are you cold, baby? All right, come on in. We had we had ice from like 2 or 3 days ago to noon today. We had ice. Like I had ice on my truck. So they closed down San Antonio for a couple of days of ice. So it's just weird being in San Antonio. The only legitimate day that they had to close Selma, San Antonio area down was last year when we got like 2 weeks. And like my pipes in my house froze. We just don't get stuff like that, but they're starting to get a little more frequent with these ice stuff. As far as like yearly, they used to not even be yearly. You used to get a little cold and might sleet like once a year. But so I think that there's been snow. Now there was snow, but it wasn't a lot. You could see like little tiny, it was landing on the ground froze, but zero accumulation with this past couple of days. But last year there was like 2 weeks worth of snow or something, over a week, I can't remember. But it was more than we can deal with. Broke pipes in the walls, froze the toilet. I went outside last year and because I just wanted to poop, and I went and like dug up a bunch of snow and stuck it in my toilet on top of my turds, man. I was like, well, they should flush it, but it was so cold in the house because there was no electricity that I just had this big giant snowball in my toilet. It kept the turds from stinking, I guess, but it was bad, man. So it wasn't very fun. It was pretty bad. We're just not used to it down here. My wife and I have, as soon as we get the floors done, we're gonna install a wood stove, kind of like a pseudo fireplace. She wanted to get like an electric one, And I'm like, nah, let's just get a wood one with like a glass front. And we could, put some logs in there during the winter and, cook some beans on it or something, some cornbread or something. My great aunt, when she lived in Seguin, they had this old country house, and she cooked on this wood stove. It was like one of the big ovens, like till I was like a kid. Like I was probably 5 or 6, 7 years old. She would bake stuff, and she'd make like these cappuccino cookies because they were from Italy. They're of Italian descent and made great coffee, and she would cook this stuff inside that wooden stove. It was like an oven and everything, all powered by wood. And she cooked on it for a long. They never got rid of it. Because they're, so I don't know, they just never had gas out there or whatever. They did have like an electric plate that they cooked on. So, I'm kind of inclined to believe, a little salty, that Jeff Zucker of CNN, his wife, has pictures of her with Ghislaine Maxwell, confidant of Mr. J.E. Steen, right? So, pretty crazy. So there's probably more to that story than they're letting on.
News now, and Jeff Zucker has announced his immediate resignation as the president of CNN. This comes amid an investigation into what Jeff Zucker calls a consensual relationship with a colleague. Others are calling it inappropriate. Whatever it is or was, he's out.
Screw you! You're fired!
Because since when would CNN, being all sexually liberated, fire someone over a consensual adult relationship and affair? Since when would they do that? I mean, come on. I mean, they'd have to fire like 99% of their staff if that was their standard. So anyhow, just craziness. So it probably has more to do with the Maxwell trial than they're letting on. And you know, and Whoopi, that's something else is kind of peculiar. Maybe she knew about something. I think this 2-week thing is probably that she's gone to trial and she can't say anything about it. But anyhow, so Joe Biden continues to have dementia. I got plenty on that.
There's definitely a lot of pros and cons to Biden, but I think we need someone else better than Biden for sure.
From what I've heard, I don't think Biden's doing the best of jobs. I don't think he's the worst president we've ever had, but I do not think he's doing an amazing job, and I do think that we need somebody else to step up.
I think there should be somebody else that should run.
I would prefer a new candidate.
I was thinking a new candidate too.
Probably a new candidate.
You just want to change. Obviously Biden's not been that bad, but just want to change to something new.
Something new? Something different.
I just think there should be a new candidate.
Personally, I think he should.
I'm heading towards the flat.
But we'll see what other candidates we get out there. Because as far as we know, Biden's the only one that is actually doing a pretty good job right now, keeping things in line and things in check. But it would be nice to have somebody else in office too.
I agree. We need someone new, someone with like different ideas, like a fresh start. I think we could really use a fresh start.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think change is like new faces and new ideas are always good. So maybe not.
Yeah, I mean, Biden's done some of the things he's promised on, but you know, I think there's always someone who can do better. It's not the greatest time to be
sitting on going to a little Catholic grade school in Claymont, Delaware, which was a steel town that was dying. And the bus would go, my mother would drive me to the school parking lot. It was called Holy Rosary School. From a little, it was called Brookview Apartments. It used to be Section 8 housing later. And I get out of the bus, I get out of the car, and this is where I-95 runs parallel to these days. And I'd say, Mom, why are all those kids, it was then called colored, why are all those colored kids in that bus? Because in Scranton, there weren't any. There were very few blacks. So they're not allowed to go to school with us here in Delaware.
Secret Service Team Eagle is on the move. Please secure the perimeter from any unexpected hugs. The Eagle is already waving like a maniac. We may have a situation on our hands.
Code Red, Code Red. The Eagle is talking without a teleprompter. This is not a drill. Someone get a teleprompter in front of this man.
All units, the Eagle has reached the Eagle's nest. Please sweep the area for Hunter Biden and prepare for the Eagle's third afternoon nap. Great work, team.
Our compassionate caregivers provide one-on-one essential home care services for our senior loved ones. At Visiting Angels, personal home care is our passion. We're here for you.
Visiting America's choice in home care.
Our compassion